figured today on Gear and Review would break out my pedal board. So today the pedal we're going to look at is one I picked up by accident. But I tried this pedal out in the store and played it head-to-headed it against about 2 or 3 other fuzz boxes and distortion boxes and overdrive boxes, and decided this was the one that was just unique enough to make it to the pedal board. And then I get home and I find out that it's not really a distortion pedal in and of itself. It's a compressor that has distortion on it, and I totally missed the whole compressor thing. So as a result, I gotta have 2 compressors on my pedal board. But what I like about this one is it has the distortion built into it. So I use it as 1/2 a compressor pedal, and I use it as 1/2 of kind of like a fuzz pedal. I tend not to like, well, not take that back. I tend to like fuzz pedals when I hear other people play them, but whenever I try to play a fuzz pedal, it just never sounds right. This one gives me a fuzz pedal type sound when I turn its distortion up to my ear. I mean, it's not a true fuzz. It's more like it's kind of somewhere in that land between a fuzz pedal and a distortion pedal. And I can get fuzz type tones, but I actually sound decent doing it. As usual, for this review, I'm using a Blackstar HT Club 40 with a Eminence Cannabis Rex 12-inch speaker. For the review part, I'm going to kind of show you what that pedal sounds like using a Paul Reed Smith Custom 22 with Seymour Duncan Alnico 2 Pro / pickups installed. And I'm also going to show you some of the exact same sounds, and I'm going to use a Strat style guitar. I'm going to use a Carvin Bolt T with a set of EMG David Gilmours in it. Okay, so here's our lead. So now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn everything to begin with all the way off. And let's engage the pedal. Except for we're going to turn the volume up to, I find that about a little under 3/4 at about 1 to 2 o'clock tends to wind up being a unity gain on this thing. That's the pedal engaged. It is a true bypass pedal. I thought I'd go ahead and mention that. It is true bypass. It operates at it can be operated at 9 and 18 volt. The power supply that comes with it is automatically runs it at 18 volts. I'm not sure if I remember to mention that this is the Philosopher's Tone pedal by Pigtronix. Pigtronix is I've tried a lot of their pedals, and I kind of like most of what I'm hearing. Another cool feature about this particular type of compressor that one like this one doesn't have is this compressor has a blend switch, which allows you to blend in the amount of affected signal. Case in point, if I take the sustain and raise it to, let's say, about 2 o'clock, it also has a tone knob on it, which some compressors don't have. The CS3 does have that, but I have seen some that don't. But it has a tone knob that allows you to kind of control how much bass and or treble is being sucked out by the compressor pedal. But now if I use it now, and that's what the compressor is set for, a little bit for a pretty good deal of compression. But I've got the blend all the way to the left, which is unaffected, which is the dry signal. Now if I bring that up to 50-50, meaning half the signal is being affected and the other half is not being affected by the pedal, it sounds like, now you can hear the compression. The thing about this compressor that I like is that it has a very, it just has a very good sound to it. Then if I turn the blend all the way up, this is the completely compressed signal. And I'm doing all that on the bridge pickup. Now, of course, if I move that to the center, you know, the split between these two, it'll sound a lot different. Take that treble knob and turn it all the way to the left. Turn the treble knob all the way to the right. Brightens it up a little bit. You can always turn it down just a little bit. If you're overpowering it too much, you want the signal to clean up a little bit more. And to show you how what the difference is now it's re-engage it. And I'll go on to say that I think that if you have like a two humbucker guitar that does not have a coil tap on the humbuckers, I almost feel like, in my personal opinion, like a compressor pedal is almost essential for getting those really good clean sounds out of it. It's just a really good sounding pedal. But now, and that's with the sustain set pretty high. I mean, you can turn the sustain down for a little less compression, or turn it up for a little more. You can like go out and have a sandwich, come back. It's kind of like a Spinal Tap moment, you know? The sustain. It's done. No, I don't usually run the sustain up that high, but like I said, the coolest thing is being able to control how much of the affected signal is actually going through. Now, if I want to turn the sustain all the way, I turn the blend all the way to the right, which is a completely affected signal. I'm going to put the treble control back to the center, and now we're going to engage the distortion. And I'm going to turn the distortion up to about 2 o'clock. And you see it kind of has like a fuzz pedal type sound to it. Is with this, it's not like a really true fuzz tone pedal to me, but it sounds kind of like a hybrid sound between a distortion and a fuzz, or not a distortion, but an overdrive pedal and a fuzz. Now, if you take first let's go ahead and just dime the grid out now. But now the cool thing about it is you can take that then, and then you could dial it back and say, let's send 50% clean signal through. Let's send 75% of the signal clean now, only 25% of the signal is being affected. The amount of distortion you want to the clean signal. I think that's pretty cool. But now, like I said, they say that the pedal sounds better when you either use the compressor or you use the distortion. I guess me and the company of Pigtronix are going to have to agree to disagree on that. I think it sounds pretty cool when you set the blend at around about not quite 12 o'clock, more like 11. Set the grit at about 1, 2 o'clock. And then bring that sustain up to about 50%. And I kind of like this. I like the compression added into the game. Let's turn it all the way up. We'll turn the blend up to 50, sustain up to 2. Alright, now I'm just going to real quick switch over. We're going to turn the distortion back off and just showing the compressor thing. I'll give you I want to show you what that sounds like with a single coil pickup. Now if I put it in the middle and I want to make this sound kind of pretty, I just wanted you to get a feel for the difference, because although that does sound really good, I think to adequately really show off just how good the compressor sounds. Real quick, throw the blend back to about 50%. Crank up the grit a little bit and give you the idea of that. I definitely think if you're in the market for either a compressor or you're in the market for a slightly different sounding overdrive pedal, or slightly fuzzy sounding overdrive pedal, or a slightly overdrive sounding fuzz pedal, I think you would think you owe it to yourself to try that one out, because I think it will, in my personal opinion, I think it will fit that bill. A great pedal, it sounds good. And the key thing about it is it's different. There's a billion compressors out there, but there's only one Philosopher's tone. That, in a nutshell, is pretty much everything I can come up with to tell you about the Philosopher's Tone pedal by Pigtronix. I'm Gil H2O, and this has been Gear and Review. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.